by Willie Doyle. And it's played back into the North Hill zone. Nathan Waters-Virgin. Here comes Waters-Virgin down the right side, dropping it back. Weedman back to Waters-Virgin in front to Weedman, finding it there. Big blast and blocked as Krahowski gets in front of that one. Matt Berner let it fly. Tell you what, with Berner and Waters-Virgin out there, you got the all-hockey hair team going, Kevin.
Yeah,
You're jealous of those flowing mates.
There's a lot of flow coming out of the back there.
Berner, big blast, blocker, save made by Radigan. North Hills finds the puck. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Backhand feed back behind the Fox Chapel net. Taken there by Stites, and he'll clear, so Fox Chapel will get a little bit of momentum out of this penalty kill. And playing it back out is going to be North Hills. Moving it ahead up the left side. Waters-Virgin breaks the zone. Waters-Virgin spins, trying to get away from the defense. Circling for it and feeding it in front there. There's Warwick. Comes back to Liam O'Neill. Shot to the net. Another block for Zielmanski. It's been strong defensively for the Foxes. Battling there with Weedman. Weedman behind the net. Weedman looks it over. Checked off down. The penalty has a side. Puck played. Handles all the way behind the net. Centering feed. And looking for the one-timer there was Stites. But the horn sounds. The puck just goes past Stites' blade as time expires. 2 chapters written here at the RMU.
Trust I have in my teammates. A coach who's a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Back here at the RMU Island Sports Complex between periods 2 and 3 on the PIHL premiere here in 2016. And, well, Enter Sandman plays in the background. I think the Sandman has entered for Fox Chapel because they have been put to sleep by this North Hills team.
Yeah, I think they'd rather go to sleep and forget this one after 2 periods at 8 goals. Shall I do a scoring summary right now?
Why not? 8-0 the score. North Hills on top. Kevin's all choked up over it. Loves the PIHL premiere that much. You need a Ricola, man.
Yeah, the water just went down the wrong pipe. So.
All right. Well, let's get you straightened out there and get you the scoring recap here between the second and third period.
So 7:34 into the first period is a power play goal for North Hills. These goals are all North Hills. It was Ian Keller from Jeremy Zimmer and Jarrett Warwick. And then at the 9:50 mark, it was Nathan Waters-Virgin from Jesse Weedman, also a power play goal. And then at the 15:51 mark, it was Keller again for his second from Sam Urbanik and John Siebert. And then the last goal of the first period, the fourth for North Hills at the 16:54 mark, so 6 seconds to go. I believe it was 6.4. It was Waters-Virgin for his second, assist to Warwick. So in that first period, Keller with 2, Waters-Virgin with 2, Warwick with 2 assists. Entering the second at the 5:18 mark, it was Nathan Srotka, assist to Warwick and Weedman. Warwick picked up his playmaker patch for the night with his third assist. Weedman picking up his second. At the 8:44 mark, it was Zimmer, assist to Keller. And then at 10:48, it was O'Neill. It was Liam O'Neill from number 31, Shea Jones. And then the last goal, so far, I should say the 8th goal, not the last goal, last of the second period. At the 11:21 mark, it was Urbanik, Samuel Urbanik with a nice twisted wrister up over the glove of goalie Tyler Radigan, assist to Zimmer. That made it 8-0. Shots on goal. In the first period, Fox Chapel with 6. Second period, 7 for a total of 13. North Hills, first period, 14. Second period, 18, total of 32. And that's your scoring recap at the intermission as the Zamboni does his thing and floods the ice, so we get a little fresh sheet here.
Well, while the ice is getting done over, Fox Chapel would probably like a do-over on the way this one's turned out here tonight. It has been all North Hills. And the game started off, as we mentioned a couple times, Fox Chapel with a freshman goaltender, Tyler Radigan, making his first career start. And he made a couple of good saves early on, but North Hills buried a couple power play goals behind him, then got another one that Radigan never saw. And after that, the floodgates kind of opened up. But you look, Kevin, to where the turning point of this game was. It was 2-0 North Hills. And Fox Chapel had a two-man advantage in the first period and couldn't generate anything on the power play. And then once the Indians netted those two even strength goals and made it 4-0, you kind of got the feeling that this one was going to go the wrong way for Fox Chapel.
Well, it was a great opportunity for Fox Chapel in a 5-on-3, and it just looked like the puck was a hot potato for them. They just didn't possess it. They weren't smooth, moving around the rink, trying to shift the defenders where they wanted them to go so that they could then move the puck faster to an open shooter. They were just getting it, shooting it, getting it, shooting it. And I understand the whole analytics generate shots philosophy that's permeated hockey, but at some point you need to have traffic in front of the net. Everyone needs to be on the same page, and it was just shot, and it was just too easy for North Hills to clear it. And a couple of times it was like 2-on-2 below the goal line, and that's poor power play execution because you want to utilize the odd man. That's why it's called man advantage. You got to outnumber them. You got to move the puck toward the open shooters and get to the net for the tips and the rebounds. And none of that was existent, and I'm sure was hitting on all of that at the intermission. And I believe his message coming out here is, look, we got a long season. The first two periods didn't go well. Let's try to win this period, gain some momentum, see if we can get on the scoreboard and try not to let them score.
Well, we talked about it a lot in the pregame too, Kevin. It's a Fox Chapel team that lost their three leading scorers from last year, as well as their starting goaltender. And then the other returning keeper they have, and Alan McIver, right now involved with crew, will not be a part of the team here in the early part of the season. So it's going to be up to Tyler Radigan to carry the load here for a little while as the Foxes get the season started. And I mean, it's tough when it's your first game and you have this many power play chances against you. The special teams really the difference here early on. But Radigan definitely wanted to grow on here so far. The unfortunate thing for him, or maybe the fortunate thing, is that he has to stay in. So he's going to have to carry the team here the rest of the way, and maybe a chance to get a solid third period together here and have some confidence as the Foxes will head into their next game after this. The officials and teams are back on the ice. Third period coming up in just a bit. North Hills leads Fox Chapel by the score of 8-0. You're listening to and watching PIHL High School Hockey 2K16, and it's only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hey you, the one who's so busy. You're gonna really like this. Dollar Bank's new no overdraft checking account. Did you hear me? Checking with no overdraft fees, ever. And if that's not enough, how about we'll give you $200 with your no overdraft checking account. That's right, $200, and you'll never be charged an overdraft fee. And that means no worries. You'll also get free access to over 55,000 ATMs, our app that includes mobile deposit and real-time alerts. There's only one place you can get this account, Dollar Bank. Sounds like a great new account for busy people like you. And when you open no overdraft checking before October 15th, you can earn $200. Yes, $200. So get going. Stop by, call 1-800-242-BANK or visit dollar.bank/200 today. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. $200 offer for new customers only. Certain requirements apply in the first year. Call for details. 0.00% annual percentage yield. Subject to change without notice. Dollar Bank, member FDIC.
Well, the sounds of 3 Days Grace bring us back to RMU. 3 Days Grace is no more. Well, I guess they are, but I don't really count that since Adam Gontier left. And for Fox Chapel, their chances of starting the season 1-0 are pretty much gone too. 8-0 North Hills leads here after the second period. Matt Vandriak, Kevin Zielmanski with you here on the MSA Sports Network for this 2016 PIHL High School Hockey premiere from RMU. And Kevin, it's just we touched on it a lot. That it's North Hills kind of had this season last year. A younger team, less experienced team, took their bumps in 2K15-16. Fox Chapel really having to reset the roster here this year, and they've taken their bumps through 34 minutes here tonight, down by 8.
And that happens when you're talking about scholastic sports. People graduate. They graduated some real good players from last year's team. And then you got to replace them with some younger guys, and they're going to have their growing pains. And I think we're seeing this tonight for the Foxes.
First sheet of ice out here for these teams to play on. Right to left, North Hills here in period number 3. Left to right, the Foxes go. And we have a power play chance here for North Hills. I'm sorry, for Fox Chapel. As this one is taken by the Indians and sent all the way back into the Foxes zone. This is the fourth power play try of the night for Fox Chapel. They are 0 for 3, including a 48-second 5-on-3. They're unable to convert on. Stites to the net, off the mask of the goaltender, that into the glove, Dylan Clark. And he'll hold for the draw, keeping the puck in the zone. 16:20 left here in this third period. Clock is rolling because once the team gets up 7-0, have mercy. Yes. Unfortunately, we have that going on right now.
If the goal is to keep the clock moving, then that was a good play by Stites. If they're trying to get something going, he needs to get across the goal line and possess the puck, or the blue line, and possess the puck a little bit and look for some opportunities. Just threw it at the net, no traffic, no rebounds. So just, I can't believe that that's what they're trying to accomplish here.
North Hills wins the face-off, and they'll send it all the way out. Good win by John Siebert, and then Siebert sends it back. Siebert, the captain of this North Hills team, denies entry to the Foxes as well, right at the blue line, as he sends it back into the Fox Chapel zone. Eisenson for the Foxes moves it to Stites at the left side. Stites crosses center red into the North Hills zone. Stites throws this one towards the net as we have 44 seconds remaining on the Fox Chapel power play. Stites along the right board, shot through traffic, stick save made by Clark, and it goes to the far wall. Wonderly after it there, sending it back behind the net. Doyle will find it for the Foxes. Stites wants the puck at the right point. He's going to shoot this one, redirect in front. Clark to save, follow-up try. Clark again, still battling for the puck. And where's it at? It's in. Fox Chapel gets the power play goal. With 22 seconds left, they had several opportunities at it. And Willie Doyle connects for the Foxes to take the goose egg that is off the board to make this an 8-1 game. A power play goal for Fox Chapel.
And Matt, that's exactly what I wanted them to do. They get it to the point, and they have traffic. The couple of times they were just crossing the blue line, throwing it to the net, there's no one there. And this time they have a couple guys, one playing in front, one playing into the side, so when it falls into the ice, they're able to whack and continue whacking until they put it in the net.
I was kind of surprised, Kevin, the whistle wasn't called for there, as this one's fed back towards the net. Clark kicks it out with the right leg, and it's going to be Eli Isaacson who gets the goal. Stites gets an assist, and for all of his work, Willie Doyle got nothing. I thought Doyle was the man who got the goal, but the officials say it was Eli Isaacson. So Isaacson, I thought that Doyle was going to get an assist on it too, but he did not.
We'll go with Isaacson from Stites then.
Here comes Waters Virgin for North Hills, moving it ahead to Warwick. Warwick gets around the defender, tries to bring the puck back this way. And a nice job by Fox Chapel as they're able to keep it on. Battle for the puck here, taken away. Weedman walks it down, looks it over. Weedman's shot, glove, saved by Radigan, and he holds for the draw.
One time I didn't have it plugged in the right way.
So North Hills continues to control play. 13:20 left here in the third period, an 8-1 Indians lead. Of course, these teams are not in the same division of the AA conference, of the AA classification, that is. Chance back here for Fox Chapel. We'll tell you more about that in just a second. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame. Eisenson looking for goal number 2. Can't turn that one over. Stanton brings it out. And a whistle, and I think a hand pass called against North Hills. But as we're saying, these teams open up against each other, and they will not play each other again this season as they're cross-conference foes. North Hills in the west, and Fox Chapel in the east.
So that probably means this will be their only meeting of the season. I believe the schedule is twice in your own conference/division and cross over one game with the other division/.
If it's the same as it's been in years past, it's the way that it will be. These teams met last year. Comes an opportunity here For the Indians, drop pass. Kraus leaves it. Shot on. Save made. Follow try. Trying to stuff it in. And Radigan denies both Jones and Stanton in front. And then Stanton gets dropped by Doyle.
So that would mean 19 games played, 12 in your division, and 7 on the crossover for 19 total. So good save there from Radigan, getting a little bit more confidence. And Matt, you talked about the reset button, and I think Fox Chapel has done that a little bit here in the third period. They look a little better. Could be a little bit natural for the Indians to ease up with an 8-goal lead, but they're doing pretty well here. They got the goal. Radigan made some saves, and now they're trying to get it out after the faceoff.
Battle for the puck here behind the Fox Chapel net. And North Hills trying to keep pressure on and run down some of the clock, too. Kraus turns it over. Shot on Radigan, save. Follow-up try. Stanton on the doorstep again. And Radigan, the freshman, able to keep it out. So a couple saves there for Radigan to grow on. Traffic around him. Able to knock a couple, or keep a couple that is out of the net. Good stops there by the freshman.
Yeah, like you said, trying to win the period. So he makes a few saves. Have a little equipment, a couple more seconds off the clock here. So it's kind of a veteran move.
Burner lets one rip that Keller redirects just wide. Back to the right point. Soroka down low. After it there. It's North Hills, they'll bring it out. Fox Chapel, though, able to steal. And Krahovsky, 2-on-1 if he hurries, able to track this puck down. Krahovsky with the man go to the net, puts it in front, and he never got through. I think the goaltender, Clark, got a piece of it as Fox Chapel, Sam Stites was bearing down on the net. Krahovsky, giveaway. Nice job, though, by Fox Chapel's Duncan Regan to steal it back. And the puck ends up out of play. Neutral zone faceoff coming up with 10.5 left here in the third period.
It's from a forechecker, and that would allow them to transition if he would have taken a better look there. So ended up going out and face off in the neutral zone.
Puck played back into Fox Chapel ice. Foxes will bring it out. Regan up the near boards, has it taken away by Siebert. He and Regan collide. Siebert moves it ahead. Petrix has to wait for his teammates to get on side. Carl Petrix down the right side, 1-on-2. Petrix going to take it back behind the net, rubbed out on the play. Well defended by Jarrett Warwick of the Foxes. Puck played around to the far side. After it there for Fox Chapel.
It's on the board, it'll be 3, so he should exit at the 6:44 mark of the third, remaining in the third period.
Face-off won by North Hills. Warwick circles back to the far boards. Warwick at the right point now. Goes down low to Waters Virgin. Nathan Waters Virgin looking for the hat trick. Waters Virgin comes out, tries to bring it back here to Siebert. Siebert at the left point, looks it over. Siebert down the near wall. Going to find Warwick. Warwick going to send it out. Homick has it down the right side. Wrist shot coming. Pad. Save made as Clark closed the doors. Both Seth and Shane Krahovsky came back with a short-handed 2-on-1. Puck floats back to the net. And Clark
has it across.
Holding the call against Cullen as by Uminski. I'm impressed with Ted Uminski's play. He's been very strong defensively, both shot blocking and breaking plays up. Short-handed feed as Stites tries to find Wonderly. Pass too far. No icing, no Chapel in the first 4. Good feed. Shane Krahovsky down the right side, walks in. Krahovsky can't get the shot off. He fans on a golden opportunity as he was coming down the near side, trying to go glove hand against Clark. Nobody knew where that puck was out. It hit the inside of the goaltender's leg and bounced out between as he sends it back to had the goal. Fox Chapel. I think been Fox Chapel's best player. Sports post game.
MSA Sports Network at msasports.net.
Log on every Wednesday night at 7 for the latest high school football news during this week in the WPIHL on the MSA Sports Network.
Sewickley Academy coming up.
But the final score was 8-1 in favor of the Indians.
Well, North Hills did have a couple of good scoring chances in the third period, so the positive takeaway for Fox Chapel is that freshman keeper Tyler Radigan was actually really strong. He was aggressive, a good poke check, a couple of big saves in that third period. That's something to take away after a very tough game, and Radigan had a good start to the game, the power play goals, then the goal we didn't see the even strength when the floodgates kind of opened up, but a good recovery by Fox Chapel after North Hills had the 8-0 lead. And obviously it's going to be a little bit one-sided on the score, and when that's the case, your Management Science Associates 3 stars of the game will be one-sided as well.
Yeah, that's right, Matt. But I think before we get to that, Greg Kaminsky will be happy with the third period and try to go from there. So third star, Jeremy Zimmer, a goal, 2 assists, 3 points. Second star, Nathan Waters-Virgin, 2 goals for 2 points. And the number 1 star and the Management Science Associates player of the game is Ian Keller. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points for North Hills.
Final score here from Robert Morris. North Hills kicks off the 2016 PIHL season with a very impressive 8-1 victory over Fox Chapel. Kevin, being a former coach and being on both sides of this, you have an 8-1 victory. If you're North Hills, what do you take home?
Well, you take home good execution on special teams, a good start, but you got a long season to coach, so you're really going to hammer the third period and not winning that third period, allowing Fox Chapel to kind of control the play there, because you're always going to be working on something. I think you're also saying that we're in a very, very difficult conference, and we have an opportunity to get some points. We need to get them, so we did that. So we got 2 points there, because they're going to have a lot of tough games. You look at the teams in their division: Canevin, Mars, Moon, Lebo, West Day, Quaker Valley, some real traditional powers there. So North Hills trying to be a program on the rise with some tough games in the season. So get the 2 points when you can, and they certainly did that tonight.
And for Fox Chapel, one to grow on?
Yeah, I think you chalk up the early, the bad start. You got a freshman, some nerves early on, and I think you really try to help them turn the page very quickly on that first and second period. Focus on that third period, a good response, a better period and goal for Radigan, and you try to clean up a lot of things. I thought they killed penalties decently. Their power play needs a lot of work in terms of controlling and moving around and getting some shots on goal with some tips and rebound. But lots for Coach Kaminsky and his staff to work on in practice in the upcoming weeks.
Final score here in the PIHL opener of the 2K16 season. It's North Hills knocking off Fox Chapel by the score of 8-1. Keep it here on the MSA Sports Network. 9:15, Game 2 of this PIHL Premier Doubleheader. Chartiers Valley and Sewickley Academy coming up next. For Kevin Zielmanski, Matt Vandriak, hope you enjoyed watching and listening to it as much as we did bring it to you. Your final score again from the RMU Island Sports Complex. North Hills wins over Fox Chapel by the score of 8-1. You've been listening to and watching 2016 PIHL High School Hockey only here on